what is sufficient. We are backward as a black race is because we don't have innovative leaders. We have leaders that as soon as they get to the position of authority, what runs in their mind is how to enrich their pocket and make the masses suffer. We have leadership with myopic mindset. They didn't have vision. So their case is just like a blind man leading a fellow blind man. Where do you think they will end up? And the gutter, thank you. The gutter. The gutter. And that is why it looks as if we are backward. We are backward. But thank God, God is raising new leaders. Leaders of tomorrow. God is raising new leaders. Leaders that will not be a coward. Leaders that will be ready to stand for the truth, even if it costs them their life. And most of the time, leaders that stand for the truth, they don't always end up dying a cheap death because God always backs them up. Now, I want you to know two things, among all other things, that every good leader must have. In the book of Joshua, chapter 1, the Lord told Joshua, be strong. You know why? God started with Moses. He was a man after the heart of God. And God graced him so much, even though he was a stammerer, but God gave him a grace. And God worked with him with all miraculous signs, that even his staff performed miracles. Moses doesn't need to talk. By the time he engaged in conversation with Pharaoh and he discovered he's becoming tough, all he just needs to do is to throw down the staff. The staff will do the talking. Suddenly, the staff will turn to snake, all manner of. You imagine that through the staff, the whole river in the land was converted to blood, and they could not drink water again. Through the same staff, the whole country were filled with frogs. Imagine frog crawling on their beds. Through the same staff, by the order that God gave to him, that they should observe a Passover, the firstborn in the land of Egypt were wasted. The firstborn of animals, the firstborn of human beings, the firstborn of birds, like that. So then Pharaoh had to answer, come on, go. Now, who will have ever imagined that such a man will not be able to make it? And do you know what he did? God benched him because God discovered he's not ready to partner with him in leading the people to the promised land. God discovered that the weakness in his family line is now beginning to come up in his own life too. And he's not ready to deal with some of those weaknesses. And we are the same thing even nowadays as leaders. As leaders, we have genes that flows in our blood. Most of our parents, great-grandparents, they are coward. They shy away from responsibility. And when that begins to creep into, definitely leadership will become difficult. And that was why God benched Moses and God now told, I can't do this thing. Then God now told him, you must be strong. Leaders must be strong. If you are not strong, then you won't be able to lead the people well. If you are not strong, then you will lower the standard. If you are not strong, you will dance to the tune of everybody. If you are not strong, you want to please everybody and you can't please everybody. So number one, as you do your manifesto, of course I know someone will be paid to emerge the position of leadership. You must know, number one thing you must do is that you must be strong. You must be strong. Number two, you must have a vision. Of course, you are telling people, I will do this, I will do that. But do you really mean what you are saying? You must have a vision. The more you can see, then the more you'll be effective. You can have a vision. You can have a vision. Like 10 years ago, my wife worked in this place as I ran it up. My wife worked in this place as a teacher. And when we got married, she was living in Oshogo, I was living in Malaysia. Then she asked to come and join me. So the first thing chairman did was that send for your husband. I want to see him. When I came to this place, the first thing Oga asked me, what is your vision? And honestly speaking, that question reshaped my destiny. Because I was a young father coming from university as an economist. I'm a pastor, but the vision was not that clear. You know, I said, what is the vision? Okay, then we now started. I said, I have a vision. It's a very big vision, but we don't know where to start. So because of that, I don't think about it again. Expecting when it's going to be the right time. And I said, no. You want to start a vision? Resources is not the first thing. The first thing you must have is a courageous heart. And you must be able to see. When you see clearly, it is what you see that God gives to you. It is what you see that God gives you the power to achieve. And as at that time, then Oga say, okay, if your vision is also to start a school, I tell you your wife is a very good material. Now go and do this, go and do that, go and do. As at that time, guess how much did I collect as a salary? Many of you will laugh me to this point. I collected 5,000 as a salary. And we wanted to start a school. My wife, as at that time, was collecting, I think, 20 or 25? Like 35,000. And I was collecting 5,000. And now coming back to Ilesha, taking her from Osogbo, going to Ilesha, it means the two of us will live on 5,000. So that was why chairman said, what is your vision? Then at long run, he said, you do this, you do this. And since then, today to the glory. And do you know one thing? One thing about vision is that people that have visions, they are people that get the best out of life. Within a month, we are able to gather 2 million by divine provision, and the school started. Today, by the grace of God, we have our own acres of land that we are planning to set up the school. And not only that, many cities too, we have landed property. What am I saying? I tell you, it's going to be a serious accident if a leader assumes the position of authority and he can't have a vision. And I told you, number one, you must be courageous. Number two, you must have a vision. Finally, you must partner with God in leading people. If you are not for God, that's how you can lead them well. You know why? God is the one that created human being. And you must know the art, you must have access to the art of manufacturer before you can know how a product function well. So if you don't gain access to the art of God, you can't know how well you will lead them. So as a leader, you must be courageous. Of course, you may not have all the qualities that the past senior board had. You may not have all the past qualities that the last time keepers had. But one thing is that, are you determined? You must be courageous. You must not sense the fear in your face at any time you are present. The number two is that you must make sure you have a vision. You must have a vision. You must broaden your mind. And finally, you must partner with God. And if only you can do this, even the sky is not the limit. I see you at the top. I see the grace of God coming upon you. I tell you, it's a great privilege for you to be in this school. You know why? It is a school that molds destiny. It is a school that molds the future generation. And of course, I may go to tell you that you can't get out of this place and become a failure in life. It's not possible. So cooperate with the teachers, cooperate with God, and you will see the best in you coming out. Thank you.